It is my pleasure and honor to officiate the Climate Resilience Mainstreaming Conference. A conference like this one will bring stakeholders from Ministry of Lands, will bring stakeholders from the Ministry of Transport, will bring all the various stakeholders. And from there, we will learn whether we are doing the right thing, our coordination is on spot, and whether the people are buying into our concepts.
We get to learn about the best practices that is being done, especially on issues of climate change in the region and also at international level.
It's quite very rare that you have a gathering where such busy people converge at one point.
Climate resilience is a must for Zambia.
We've seen prolonged dry spells. We've also seen higher temperatures in valley areas. We've also seen flash floods in the northern parts of the country.
We need to start rethinking how we address development, taking into account climate change issues. Climate resilience becomes very important, promoting adaptation. Otherwise, we're not going to attain being as a prosperous middle-income nation by the year 2030.
A large population of the country is in the rural areas where impacts of climate change are being felt. We believe that prioritizing resilience building in the country will be helping us to respond to climate change.
PPCR in Zambia covers two sub-basins, Kafue and Barotse, and a lot of communities in these two sub-basins have learned a lot about how to adapt to climate change and how to build resilient livelihoods.
This was a bottom-up approach, participatory, so the communities themselves identified the risk areas in their communities, and they were able to identify the areas of interventions they needed from PPCR.
So as a result, the PPCR is responding directly to the needs and desires of the communities.
Access to water was more or less like a common factor for all of them, but in addition to that, they are able to do agriculture activities, gardening, as well as livestock rearing, depending on what the communities themselves spelled out.
The approach has worked well because there's ownership, and also it has helped for communities to be able to appreciate and acknowledge the effects of climate change, and so there's knowledge there being built.
At the onset of the PPCR, we didn't have as government, as a nation, a well-defined coordinated framework of responding to climate change. So putting up a coordinated institutional framework, that is a plus which the PPCR has helped contribute to that.
Through PPCR, diverse stakeholders were engaged in identification of priorities and pre-planning processes. This included several ministries working together and bringing in local stakeholders in the planning process.
And over this time since the PPCR started, and especially with the budget tracking tool that the government of Zambia have developed, it has been shown that there has been an increment in budgetary allocation.
The PPCR has also developed the screening guidelines, which have been designed to check whether our policies, strategies, and plans which we've developed as government do address issues of climate change.
The Minister of Finance just yesterday signed a financing agreement to scale up interventions similar to the model of PPCR for Luapula, Northern and Muchinga province at a cost of 100 million, a big round of applause.
We should exert our effort in order to synthesize all this knowledge and make it available for the most vulnerable communities and also for our youth in order for them to make themselves more prepared to climate change.
We have to disseminate the information. We have to share experiences. We have to learn from one another.